Hi everyone, it's my second pass at this video. The first one didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. So here we go. It's going to be short, and I'll start by saying that a lot of times I think maybe I should save albums to, make longer videos, but people seem to like them short and sweet, so let's do that. These are some record finds of all kinds that I've gotten that I got them some time ago, but haven't gotten to showing them yet, and been on the side. Was going to wait till I got a bigger amount, but all right, we're going to start with this, which I was very happy to find. It's a copy of the film soundtrack Silent Running, which is not the original 1971 version that first came out. I have that one too. I was able to find that after a long time. This one is really special because it's in the original cellophane. When I say original, it's a later issue by I never know how to say that name, Varice Sarabande Records. They put a lot of film soundtracks out, and special thing about this album is that it's on green vinyl, and the movie deals with a science fiction film dealing with saving the forests and nature and one man's obsession with taking care of the forests at any cost. So I was happy to find this particular pressing of it. Next album I'm going to show is an album that I love. I waited a long time just to find this in the right condition. I knew this was a very common album, and I knew it was going to show up the way I wanted it. And I wanted it in the shrink wrap, and I knew it's only a matter of time. And there it is. It's Elton John's greatest hits. Now, when I grew up, Elton John was the soundtrack to my youth in the 1970s, along with Paul McCartney and Wings and others. But the sounds of this album, I played it in its entirety the other morning, and it just took me right back to being 11, 12 years old in the summertime with friends and cousins, relatives. Good times. Also got the Corvettes sticker, which is where I used to shop for a lot of my records back in the old days, and it's an added bonus for me to have waited. Sometimes if you wait, all things come. Here's an interesting album. This album, in beautiful condition, I'm told is worth a lot of money. This is not in beautiful condition, which is why I was able to buy it. It's an album by the Skyliners, and maybe their only album. I'm not sure. I didn't check that before I made the video. And they do the big hit, Since I Don't Have You, which is one of my favorite songs from the 50s. I think this album is in 1959. The album itself is in so-so condition. As I say, it's not really in great shape, but it plays fine. I played the whole thing. Calico Records. And I have the record here in the back, which is something I usually don't like to do. I know a lot of fans and collectors, they put their records in the back. But the reason that I don't is because I'm always afraid it's going to get damaged, and I like to put it inside the jacket itself. And that's the reason why they have jackets in the first place, to protect the record. But the reason I have it in the back in this case, made an exception because a lot of old 50s records, for some reason, are very susceptible to splitting on the corners, the seams. So I didn't want to take that chance with this. It was kind of a tight fit. So I made an exception. Here's an album that's really unusual to me and interesting. It's a Tony Orlando album, his first album, called Bless You. And this one was $2.76. And I picked it up because I was really curious, and I did play one track at the record store way back when I found this. And it actually was more of a pop rock sound than I thought it would be, so it was interesting enough to buy it. I thought it was a good curio. I mean, not in great shape. You can see all the damage, water damage back there, and I cleaned the cover anyway before I touched it. So I don't know, I like the label of this for some reason. It's on Epic, but this is really an early Epic label that I enjoy. I like the look of that. I may one day do a video with a friend of mine where we talk about our favorite record labels. And it's a thing between the two of us. We like certain record labels and always like discussing which one's the coolest. Here's a upgrade of sorts. I still have to upgrade this again. This is a Brenda Lee album. I got this for free. The one I had was in pretty rough shape. It was split all over. This one's not. The record still needs to be upgraded though, but the cover at least is in better shape for now. Here's a couple of 10-inch records. These two records were in the garbage a while back at my record store. What happens is a lot of times people come in with collections and he buys the whole collection, the store owner does. And if there's records that either aren't going to make him any money or maybe they're too bad shape, one or the other, to bother with, he doesn't even put them out for $1, he just throws them out. And one of them was this one, a 10-inch record of Jolson Sings Again, Al Jolson, and I listened to the whole record, and there was one skip on it, but the rest of it played good. It was for free. A lot of good old songs from the old days. And to get it for nothing, it's pretty cool. And it's got that gold-looking, gold and black Decca label, which I really like. Okay, and the last one also from that same pile, a 10-inch record of Frank Sinatra. Now, the first track that I played off this didn't even sound like Frank Sinatra singing. I only played the first track so far. And I don't know if Night and Day was the first track on it. Whatever, I know Frank usually does Night and Day. But it didn't sound like him, the vocals. Very early Frank, I guess. And there it is, RCA Victor. So anyway, that was a short and sweet, I hope it was sweet, video for some people out there. Thanks as always for watching, and subscribe if you haven't. I don't usually make a plug for myself, but if you like what you see, subscribe. Thanks.